Military Family Services presents Exploring the Home Office, Finding Legitimate Flexible Jobs in Canada. In today's video, we're going to go over a few different types of flexible employment, the state of work from home employee opportunities in Canada, how you can go about finding these opportunities, a few tips to keep in mind in order to avoid work from home scams, and then we'll conclude by highlighting a few key employers. We've broken the different types of flexible employment into three categories: freelancers and contractors, entrepreneurs and business owners, and work-from-home employees. A freelancer is someone who works at selling work or services by the hour, day, job, rather than working on a regular salary basis with one employer. If you'd like more information on freelancing, take a look at our video titled The Ins and Outs of Being a Freelance Worker. Now, entrepreneurs and business owners are people who own their own business and employ employees on a regular basis. For example, a cafe owner or someone who has a landscaping business. And lastly, a work-from-home employee is someone who works from their home all or most of the time as a permanent employee for a single employer. So essentially, work-from-home employees are the same as every other employee, except they aren't physically in the office. Today's video is going to focus on work-from-home employee opportunities in Canada. So how common are work-from-home employees in Canada? Well, according to a study which surveyed 1,000 full-time employees of different ages, locations, and occupations, 43% of full-time employees work remotely in some capacity, and just under 5% work remotely 100% of the time. Don't be discouraged by this 5% because this number is growing every day. Due to economic constraints, advancements in telecommunications and technology, and demands in the current labor force, companies are forced to change the way their employees are working. Part of these changes include exploring full-time telecommuting options for some employees. By allowing employees to work from home, research shows that employee productivity, engagement, and satisfaction will increase. Employers will see a decrease in overhead cost and employee attrition. And employers will see an increase in their access to quality talent. This is all good news for military spouses. Full-time telecommuting is on the rise in Canada. According to FlexJobs, an online job board for flexible employment, these are the top telecommuting job titles in 2016 for both the US and Canada. Now, if you don't see the job that you're interested in on this list, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist as a work-from-home position, it just may not be as common. FlexJobs also reported the 5 job categories with the most work-from-home opportunities, which included freelancing, contracting, and work-from-home employee opportunities, are healthcare, education, sales, information technology, and administration. In our research, we were able to find several Canadian employee work-from-home positions under each category. We'll take a closer look at some of these positions a little later on. Now that we know there are legitimate work-from-home employee jobs out there, how do we find them? We're going to give you a few tricks on finding work-from-home employee jobs in Canada. But remember, even if you use these tips, you'll still have to filter through a lot of job postings to find the right one. First, you should start to search online job boards using keywords. Job boards that you can start with are Indeed, Monster, Charity Village, and your LinkedIn profile to search for jobs. When using these search engines, use keywords like remote, flexible, virtual, home office, and with caution, work from home. The reason we say to use the words work from home with caution is because in our research, we found that these words tend to bring up a lot of scam work from home opportunities. Also, if there is a location field in the search engine, you can either leave it blank or put remote or flexible. Our next tip on how to find employee work-from-home jobs is to consult lists of flexible employers. FlexJobs created their top Canadian flexible employers list, which you can find at the link below. It's important to note that on this list there are a lot of placement agencies, so you may want to try to filter those out. Next, the Canadian Education and Research Institute of Canada, CEREC, has put together a list of work-from-home opportunities in Canada. These opportunities do include freelance work, contract work, and employee positions. In both of these resources, you may have to do a little bit of digging, but they can still be a great help. Our next tip is to sign up for flexjobs.com. FlexJobs is an online job board dedicated strictly to flexible employment opportunities. These opportunities include freelance and telecommuting employee jobs. Now, FlexJobs is a U.S. company, but they have a presence in Canada. They also claim to vet all job postings, which should help with avoiding scams when it comes to working from home. We encourage you to go online to preview what types of positions are available before signing up. There is a monthly fee of $14.95 to gain access to this site. If you're interested in looking at the jobs available, you can click on the link below. The second link will also bring you to their blog post, which provides a lot of great information about flexible employment in general. Once you find an opportunity that interests you, it's important to ensure you have some key details before moving forward. In order to evaluate a work-from-home employee opportunity, ask yourself these questions. Will I be an employee or a freelancer in this position? Will I be offered a guaranteed number of hours per week? Are there location requirements? For example, some jobs require you to be in the US or potentially a specific province in Canada. There are even some opportunities where employers would like you located within a certain amount of kilometers from a company office. And lastly, what time zone will I be working in? If you're working in a time zone that is significantly different from your own, it could mean that you're working very late or very early hours. So it's important to know this. There are a lot of great work-from-home employee jobs out there, but unfortunately, there are some scams, and you need to be aware of them. Not to worry, to avoid scams, you can start by asking yourself a few questions. Number 1, does the ad look unprofessional? Are there spelling errors? Is the language used in the ad aggressive or pushy? For example, are they telling you that you need to apply for this job within the next 2 hours or someone else will get it? Are they offering an inflated salary, higher than you would normally make at this job if you were working in an office? If you're looking to apply for a data entry job and they're offering you $45 an hour, it's likely that this opportunity is a scam. Are they requiring any upfront money? Are they claiming that no skills or experience is required? And is the advertisement vague with little detail as to what you're going to do when you're working? If you answer yes to any of these questions, it should definitely raise a red flag about the opportunity. This doesn't necessarily mean that the opportunity is a scam, but we encourage you to either back away from the opportunity or at least assess it more closely. Here's an example of a job posting that I would look into further or potentially back away from. A few key things to note here. This job ad is using a lot of hyperbole. For example, this is a dream role designed specifically for 2 types of people. This is not some lame mega corporation gig. You know what I mean. We hire characters, not positions. If you have what it takes as an individual, in other words, if you crush it in everything you do in life. Also, there's some unprofessional language here. Lastly, we see a little bit of aggressive language at the end of the job posting. Must act quickly. The position is open now, but based on this unique opportunity, we don't expect it to be open much longer. This job ad may or may not be legitimate. Regardless, it definitely has enough information in it to raise some suspicion. The next step you can take to avoid work-from-home scams is to research the company that is posting the job you're interested in. To do this, you can start by reviewing their website. Do they have up-to-date information posted? Do they have an address and a phone number listed? Verify that address using Google Maps. Next, you can check the Better Business Bureau at www.bbb.org. The Better Business Bureau will tell you if there's been any major complaints against this company and how and if the complaints were resolved. Lastly, you can review Google or Glassdoor reviews for reviews. Now, remember, all reviews need to be taken with a grain of salt. They are never 100% accurate. The key thing to remember about avoiding scams is that being informed is your best defense against fraud. Just like everything in life, working for an employer from home has its own share of pros and cons. Some of the pros include being able to maintain a flexible schedule while receiving a stable salary, being able to maintain career continuity when you're relocated or post-it. And there's definitely some potential cost and time savings associated with working from home. Lastly, studies show that working from home can reduce overall stress. Now, some of the cons include working from home can sometimes be lonely, as you won't have as much in-person interaction throughout the day. Your work and personal life boundaries could be challenged. There is also a potential for a decrease in collaboration with colleagues due to the physical separation. And lastly, it is possible that you may have to overcome employer or colleague biases towards working from home, depending on the type of company culture that exists. We're almost finished our video, but before we go, we want to highlight a few Canadian employers who hire work-from-home employees. In the area of telecommunications and customer service, these 5 companies very frequently hire work-from-home employees. It doesn't mean that they're all hiring right now, so if you look on their websites and you don't see a work-from-home job posted, don't be discouraged, just keep checking back because you never know when the next round of jobs will be put up. I'm just going to highlight a few of these companies. The first one, Advantis, is a consumer research company who performs research for their clients. So they hire a lot of telephone research interviewers to work from home, and they also have other positions that have flexible work locations. And the last company here on the list, Sykes Assistant Services, is a global leader in providing customer service, technical support, and supplemental sales on behalf of their clients. And so Sykes Assistant Services hires for a lot of customer service representatives and also telehealth nurses. These next employers hire in the area of administration and sales. I'll just highlight the first one, LiveCA. LiveCA is actually a complete virtual accounting firm. And so they are just like any other accounting firm, except for they provide all their services virtually to clients. And it is a small company, but they still have a handful of positions available for people interested in accounting and finance. These 3 employers are hiring specifically for teaching jobs, and it does look like for all 3 of these companies, most of the opportunities that are available are on a part-time basis. These last 2 employers didn't really fall into a specific category, but they do have a variety of virtual positions available. I'll highlight Ceridian, who is a fairly large company that provides global human capital management technology and offers services to help maximize client businesses. They specifically specialize in the area of payroll management. That concludes our video for today. We hope that you did learn a lot of information on work from home opportunities for employees. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email employment@cfmws.com, and don't forget to like us on Facebook at MFS Spousal Employment.